Today I'm going to be reviewing this guy right here. This is the Blackmagic ATEM Mini SDI ISO, and I was privileged enough to try this out and get a hand of it. And I want to compare it to my long-running, standing ATEM Mini switcher and how this compares in terms of content creation. What's going on, everybody? James Jackson here, back again with another video. If you're new to my channel, I do tips, tricks, news, and reviews for the film and video making industry. So if this is content that you like, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you can stay up to date on all the content going forth. So today I have been privileged enough to try this out. This is the ATEM Mini SDI Pro ISO. For those of you a little bit about half a year ago, back in last year, Blackmagic announced a new series of ATEM lineup video switchers, but these were SDIs compared to the HDMI. And today I want to just sort of talk about it. I was able to test them out, do a little setup, and I wanted to give my thoughts on them. And full disclosure, Blackmagic did send me this here, but they have not seen this video and they won't see it before you guys do. So the first time they see this, you get to see it, as well as I haven't been paid to do this review. They just simply wanted me to test it out and give my thoughts on it. So just full disclosure, they did send it to me, but I don't even get the chance to keep this. So if we were to right here open up the box for the ATEM Mini, and we'll slide this right out, you will get a lot of the similar things that you will get with the ATEM Mini. You got this, which is like your power bank with all the different outlets so no matter where you are in the world, you have an outlet that's designed for you. And then of course you have right here the ATEM Mini yourself. You also I think you get a nice little free download link for Resolve 18, but I think this is just the regular Resolve, the free version. This is not the studio version. For that, you need to get their cameras. And of course, you have right here the ATEM Mini SDI. Now, if you guys are interested in getting this video switcher, I do have links to where you can purchase it in the description below. Please definitely go check that out. It also helps me with my channel, just a little commission coming my way at no additional cost for you guys. Now, if I was to put these side by side, you could pretty much tell these are almost identical. And pretty much they are, outside of the fact that they're SDIs, except there is one thing that has been changed. And this is really the only thing in terms of hardware, which is if you see on the back here, there is an HDMI out, and that is the only HDMI out that you get. Whereas on the SDI Pro ISO, you get, if you'll see here, if you actually get two video source outs. So you actually get two source outs, which is a nice upgrade compared to the Pro, which you didn't get unless you went up to the ATEM Mini Extreme version, which was the 8-source video switcher. Outside of that, in terms of hardware, and of course the SDI, they're pretty much the same. This one also doesn't have the headphone jack. You have to go up to the Extreme version to get that. But yeah, outside of that, of the two SDIs, these are pretty much the same. Same button layouts, same button positions. Both of these still only do 1080 up to 60 frames a second out. The only other difference is that, of course, this is the ISO version, and this is just the regular Pro version. Now, for those that don't know, the ISO version essentially means that every single input on this video switcher can record ISO recordings from the video sources. So whatever you're plugging in, it will also record, the video switcher will also record them as separate video sources when you're recording to the US Type-C port. So that's really cool. So if for some reason during the actual live portion of it, you may have a hiccup, maybe you cut a little bit too soon or cut a little too late, there was an awkward cut, or maybe there was an awkward transition, you can just take those original sources plus the program recording that you had, and you can essentially just take those into the editor and just tweak them right there. And what's cool is if you have the speed editor from Blackmagic, these will also sync these in, so it'll know, okay, this is video 1, video 2. There's metadata built in that it makes it a whole lot easier to cut the different camera sources into it. And another additional cool feature with this is if you have one of the Blackmagic cameras, particularly since this is SDI, the Ursa line, so the Ursa Minis, so 4.6, 4.6K Pro, the entire Ursa line, if you have any of them, that you'll be able to remotely operate them from the SDI port, which is really, really cool. And you'll also be able to send the timecode signal that comes from the ATEM Mini Video Switcher and send it out to all of the other cameras, which allows you to have nice synced up transitions. So when you're doing these edits, it makes it a lot easier to cut in between. The other cool thing is that you can actually send a signal to hit record and stop recording. So when you hit record on this can also send the signal to have all the other cameras start recording as well, where then you can record their recording raw. So now not only you got the ISO video sources burnt into whatever hard drive you connect to the ATEM Mini, but now you also still have those Blackmagic RAW files right in the camera as well, so you can have higher quality outside of 4K, and they're all time synced. So that now you could just drop in and just edit them all nice and smoothly. Outside of that, nothing else has really changed. I really do like and really do love just the small layout of this. The only thing is, again, same thing with the original SDI version, is the fact that I kind of wish there was more macro options. I know you guys can get it in the ATEM Mini Extreme, both the SDI and the HDMI versions, but I would really love to see a small compact one where you can really just put some macros in, so we don't have to go to third-party sources and just do it that way. The only other thing is, and this is just the entire line, is I really wish at some point we'll both get HEVC codec options that we can choose, so we can get 10-bit recording as well as 4K recording options. However, they may be feeling like they would be consuming their high-end broadcasts, where these are really designed for one-man bands, small projects. The other thing that is different between these is price. Now, when this version came out, this one was originally only $100 less, $600, and I believe this is about $700 if my memory serves correctly. Well, now Blackmagic has actually dropped the price of the HDMI version now down to the price of the original ATEM Mini, which is around $300, whereas this one remains the same. So you're talking about almost double the price with pretty much almost similar features compared to these two panels. So who actually would pay almost double for this one right here if all the features are almost essentially the same? And the answer to that is people who are really into the professional end of broadcast, that want just a nice, small, compact video switcher that can go to roles. Because as great it is, and I'm still going to be using this panel throughout my days, because all my cameras are HDMI, so this one makes sense. However, and this is just me working home, all my cameras that I do home for my videos and my YouTube and my live streaming, they're all HDMI built, so this makes sense. However, if you're working in more professional environments, maybe you're working corporate events and you're doing multi-cams that way, this is a much better option, given the fact that SDI is the standard video output, video input that is used on professional sets. For a lot of corporate events, a lot of live events, SDI is still the go-to video option. So for people who want to stand and go up into those type of work and want to really work with professional settings, work with professional gear, the ATEM Mini SDI ISO is going to be a great thing, especially if you're going to be doing something like a reality TV show or some sort of thing where you have multiple cameras. And even though you're recording to those cameras, to be able to have some 1080, options that you can work directly in the ProRes, and all the ISO recordings are recorded right there, this is a great thing. And also, this is just a nice, great tool to have if you are maybe want to run different monitors. Maybe you have a director's monitor and maybe you have another monitor for your first AC. So because this has two video output sources compared to the one on here, and they're both SDI, which most professional ACs, that's what their sources are, with their follow focuses and monitor systems, this is a great tool to have, because now you can just run a video signal into this and you can send 2 video signals out, and you can have one go to the director's monitor and one go to the first AC. So if you're working on sets where you got larger, more things like first AC and larger crews, even when non-live events, this is a great tool to have. Anyways, these are my thoughts on the Blackmagic SDI video switcher. I would love to know what you guys think. Would this be something that you guys are interested in? Let me know, leave your comments below, and as always, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and until next time, take care everyone.